Okay, so this video is about using your iPhone or iPad with Koala into your MacBook, into your DAW and recording. So, of course, you could easily export the stems or the samples and then send them over to your DAW of choice. But sometimes you want to use them and play them and record them into a pattern or a sequence. So we won't look at MIDI because this is a little bit different. But we will look at a way we can record audio in, kind of like if we were using the SP. So the first step is to plug in your iPad to your MacBook. Now I know this works on the M1. I'm not sure on the older editions of a MacBook if it will work. All right. So you'll see under your audio MIDI that the iPad populates right here. And then all you have to do is enable it. All right. So here it is. Once it's enabled, the next thing you'll have to do is go to your DAW. In this case, I'm using Ableton. Click on your settings and then change your input to the iPad. Now you'll notice the sample rate represents what it is from the iPad. So the settings in the iPad can show 48. In this case, mine shows 48. But it doesn't allow me to change it. It only records in at 44,100. Okay. So I'm not sure why that is, but that's what it is. So usually I would use loopback, press record here, or plus here, I'm sorry. And then I would just put the iPad in, which does work. But in this particular case, I'm showing you assuming that you don't have loopback. All right. So now we're going to set up some audio tracks. There we go. We'll press record. And then if you put it on auto, you should be able to hear some sounds. And that's me pressing on the iPad. So now if I set the metronome to, let's say 70, turn the click on, press record. Okay, so there is 2 bars of the snare, and you'll see it's off. Now, the good thing in this particular DAW is we have warp markers. This is why I love Ableton. You can adjust these however you prefer. So now I just put them on. If I want to nudge them, I'm just going to zoom in a little bit. Maybe bring that one forward. Same here. Maybe bring that one forward. Now it's nudged a little bit. Okay, then I might go in and do my next one, which in this case would be my kick. Okay, so if you don't have a SP, no worries, right? See, that's pretty good. Now, you can turn the latency off, and then you won't have, it plays a little bit better doing that. Take that off. It's still going to be where it's at. So now you can adjust the parts that you want to adjust. We'll leave that there. Simple as that. Hit Command J to consolidate, and it sets it. Boom. Now let's say we want to just duplicate it. We'll duplicate it 4 times. Maybe throw in another track. And then we will put some hi-hats. Cool thing about the hi-hats is you can use note repeat. So we'll do note repeat, turn the velocities on. All right, let's record it in. Oops, mistake. Forgot one step. In order for this to work, you have to make sure in the iPad that the BPM is set to match the BPM in your DAW. Otherwise, the note repeat won't work because the timing will be off, right? So let's do it. Try it again. This isn't the best beat ever, but you know. Okay, so now you can just cut that edge off, consolidate it, go in, and if you want to start moving stuff, you can move things around. I'm gonna leave it where it's at. Terrible drumming, but it is what it is. All right. So you get the point. You can record in, live record in just like this. Now, you can also use the MIDI and record your track into here. So I'm going to do you won't see this on the screen, but I'm going to record a 1 bar in. And then I'm going to take that 1 bar and record it into the, to Ableton. So here we go. I'm actually going to probably just punch in the notes. It'll be easier. Like a little step sequencer thing. And then I'll do the hats with the note repeat. Okay, there it is. So another way to do this would be mute each part. So we're going to go back over and mute out parts, which you can't see, but you'll hear it when the sequence starts. Here we go. So watch this. And I have it off, but if I turn it on, you can hear it. I'm letting it run a couple times. Okay. Now this method, you have to turn it off, go in, make your adjustments, which they look pretty good because I took off the latency. Command J. Not bad. We'll keep it. All right, let's do the next one, snare. So once again, we will mute parts, unmute the snare. This one's pretty easy. Okay, same principle. Command J. Now these are off a little bit, so I'm just going to nudge them that way. And they're on. Then hit Command J, make adjustments if you want to go on to the next one. These are the hats. So we'll mute, unmute the hat, hit record, then press play. That was my fault. I pressed the button too soon. You have to count it in because it doesn't automatically trigger it. 3. Okay, so stop it there. We'll crop, Command J, and you'll see there's swing because I left the swing on. There you go. Hit Command L, loop it. So if you have the M1 or higher, this is a fun way to create music. Once again, you don't have to use the sequencer. You could just drum it in, which is perfectly fine, depending on what you like. And I find that there may be a little bit of latency, but it's so minute that it really doesn't make a difference, especially being that you can adjust the audio if you need to move something or nudge something. If you set this to like 32, you can see that zooming in, you can see where you can nudge it, move it. Capture the warp marker and move your piece wherever you want it. Just that simple. This is another reason why I like Ableton and Koala, of course.